Everyone, this is Agria Videos, and today in this video we are going to talk about honeybees. We'll be discussing about the different caste of honeybees, the different species of honeybees, the different type of dances that they perform, colony structure, what is the division of labor, division of work in a colony, what is the difference between the different members in the colony, what are the different substances that are being produced. Also, we'll be discussing about a few important relevant flights like nuptial flights, swarming, absconding, all of that. So let's begin. First of all, honeybees, they are categorized or they are considered as a social insect and they prefer to live in colonies. If we talk about the nutrition, then their major two sources of nutrition are one, nectar, and second one is the pollen. Pollen is helpful in giving them proteins and nutrients. Along with that, nectar is very helpful for providing them energy. Nectar is generally a very important sweet substance which is produced by some of the flowers to attract the pollinators like butterflies, like bees. So, that nectar, which is a very important source of energy, is taken by the bees as a very important source for their nutrition as well. Talking about the pollen, it is a very important fine powder which is from a male flower, which is anther, made by the male reproductive organ in a flowering plant. It is very important in giving them protein. Now, talking about the different species of honeybees, we have genus or genera is Apis, and species follow for Floria, Dorsata, Laboriosa, Serrana, and Mellifera. These are five important prominent species of honeybees which are known. Floria is called as the little honeybee. Dorsata, you can see in the picture, this is the giant honeybee. Laboriosa is called the rock bee. Serrana is called the Asian or the Asian hive bee or indigenous hive bee. Then we have Mellifera, this is the European honeybee. Now, talking about the bee caste. One is called queen. She's one in number in a colony. Workers, they are many. They both are females. Drone are the only males in the colony. So let's discuss about them. Differentiating the three, we say that queen is the only reproductive female one. Second, she feeds on royal jelly, which is a substance that is very important and will be taken in the subsequent slides. Royal jelly is being prepared by workers, but it is being fed to the queen only. Queen mates only once in a life, and the function of queen is to lay eggs and to secure those eggs. She secretes one factor also, which is called as the queen factor. We'll be discussing about this also in detail further. For time being, just keep a mark of this that this is a queen factor releasing body. An important fact to notice: queen and worker they both are developed from the fertilized egg, except for drone, which is developed from the unfertilized egg. Drones are generally haploid males, n in number, n chromosome. They fertilize the queen and die after mating. Depend on workers' production. Whatever worker produce, so worker is very important character in the hive or a colony, and she is responsible for the maintenance and all the welfare activities which are happening in a colony. She feeds the queen. She is responsible for the eggs. She is responsible for producing. She is responsible for the welfare activities, for maintenance activities, cleaning, sweeping, everything. This all the functions are performed by a worker. So let's talk about each one of them in detail now. Queen, if we say, she is larger in terms of body and the wings are small. Only individual which is laying eggs in the colony, which is called the mother of bees. If we say give example of this, then Mellifera in a case produces 2,000 eggs per day. After emergence as a queen, she goes for a flight which is called as the nuptial flight, and in that flight the queen is going to mate with one of the drones. After that, when her spermatheca is getting filled with the sperms, then she'll start laying eggs and will not mate anymore. The life of a queen is 3 years. They can lay fertilized egg also and sterile egg also, depending on the requirement. Queen substance, there is a very important substance which is being released from the mandibular gland. This mandibular gland, and which is very important to prevent swarming, absconding activities. This also I will take in detail further, and preventing the development of ovaries in workers and maintaining the colony's cohesion. So it is a very, very important substance. So till when the queen is producing the substance, she is able to control her colony. After that, when she is unable to produce the substance or when she is unable to secrete such substances in the environment, then the colony gets weak and others try to take over the position of queen. Now, differentiation in worker and queen is due to the quantity and the quality of larva which is fed. If the larva which is fed to the queen, that is called as royal jelly, which is secreted from the hypopharyngeal glands of the worker bee. So, in this slide, when I told that mark this queen factor, mark this royal jelly. So, where is this royal jelly is coming from? The workers are producing substances. One substance is called as the royal jelly, which, when fed to an egg or a larva, will make it queen. And if not fed to the others, they will become normal as the worker. Only one will come out to become a queen. So this royal jelly is very important, secreted from the hypopharyngeal glands of the workers. Only one queen can remain in the colony, and in unfavorable conditions maximum two, and in that case the old queen will be killed as soon as a new one is fertilized. Queen is carefully looked out and looked after by the young workers, which are called as the attendants, which feed her, make her clean, and keep combing her. Talking about nuptial or the marriage flight and the process of absconding, what are these? Nuptial flight or the marriage flight, this is the second swarm when led by the 7-day-old virgin queen. Following the drones, drone will start. There are many drones coming with one queen. One drone will be able to fertilize this queen, and while transferring sperms to the spermatheca, the drone will die in this event. This I will be taking in much detail further, but just remember this flight which happens after the emergence of a virgin queen. 7 days approximately after the emergence, she's going for a flight, marriage flight. This is called as a nuptial flight. Talking about absconding, when a colony is migrating from one place to other place due to any destruction, which happens due to termites, moths, or any other reasons, maybe environmental reasons, scarcity of nectar will be there, producing flowers. So in that case, in that scenario, the process when a full colony is migrating to some other place, that is called as absconding. This process of phenomena is known as absconding. Now, there is one more phenomena which will be taken further, that is called swarming. What is that? Swarming is process of leaving of the colony by the queen itself. When the hive is more crowded and there is scarcity of food, then queen leaves the hive with few old drones and worker, and she makes a new hive at another place. Then in this case, the old hive, the remaining population will develop into a new hive. In that case, this is called as swarming. And there is one more phenomena which is called a supersedure. What is this? When old queen dies or she loses the ability to lay egg or queen factor, in that case, a new active or a virulent queen will take place of that old queen, and that is called as supersedure. So these are very important terms if you are going to talk about entomology, if you are going to talk about honeybees, you should know about them. Nuptial flight, absconding, swarming, supersedure. Now, talking about the worker or the nurse bee, almost each parts we have covered. So their number varies from 1500 to 15,000. They are very important participants in the colony. Certain occasions when colony needs queen, the worker will start laying egg again, which will only produce drone. They are killed as soon as new queen is introduced in the colony. The range of light varies from 1000 to 1500 meter. Secretion of royal jelly happens from the hypopharyngeal gland. For the first 18 days, the bee is going to perform the indoor duty, like inside the hive, she's going to make the comb structure. But after some time later, they'll become forager. They'll collect water, pollen, nectar, propolis, everything outside. They're going to collect and bring it to the colony. Now, pollen is a nitrogenous substance, as already taken up earlier. It is essential. Why? For brood rearing and for the young bees. This is very important. Bee wax, of which the comb is made, this is a secretion of the wax glands from the worker bees, which is in the abdomen part. So, for producing approximately 1 kg of wax, consumption of honey that they require is 10 kg for making that wax. Now, talking about drones, these are male bees. They are much larger than the workers. They have no sting. A suitable proboscis for gathering the nectar is also not present in them. So they are totally dependent on workers. They need to maintain their hive temperature, so they go out from the hive only at the midday when weather is warm. Number of drones in a colony is very large. Normal lifespan of a drone is 57 days. What happens during a nuptial flight is very important to note here, is that the flight, when it happens and there is queen and there is a drone, when the fertilization process happens or the copulation occurs, the drone will die in the act of performing that process, because the abdomen will burst open so that the genital organ can function from this drone. So, in this case, only the process after copulation, the drone is going to die. So, this is a very sad thing, but yet very interesting to note and to keep a note for the examination point of view as well. Now, just talking about the different type of adult bees, just a reminder: queen, worker, male, one in number 10 to 15,000, 50,000, then 100 to 500. Lay eggs, takes care of the larva, builds cleans nest for ages. Male leave nest to mate and then they die. Now talking about the different type of dances which are performed. One is the round dance and one is the waggle dance. This searcher bee runs in circle in case of round dance. In waggle dance, the dance indicates that the food source is located more than 100 meters. So this is a very differentiating factor. The distance and the dance in case of round dance indicate that the food source is less than 100 meter. This is round dance being performed. This is a waggle dance. The length of the waggle is important in determining how far the food is. So if we say the duration and direction are very important in case of a bee dance, from sun and the nest or the hive or the colony, they place the food source, angulate the food source. They have the direction for this, and in that way they are performing the dance. Now, honey, which is a very important substance, or the chemical composition of it, we'll be discussing here. Percentage composition of honey, if we say, it has fructose, glucose, water, maltose, high carbs, sucrose, minerals, vitamins, enzymes, everything is present in honey. Sure. So it is very important in healthy source. Fructose, if we say, you need to know the numbers. Fructose is 39% approximately, sucrose 11% approximately. We have glucose, we have protein, we have minerals compounds, we have water also. 17% approximately we have water in this honey. Now, last but not the least, propolis. This is also important. This is a resin-like material which is made by the bees from the buds of the poplar and the cone-bearing trees. This is very important as it is required to make their hives, and it may contain the beehive products. So propolis, if we say for us how this is important, so it is very helpful to heal the wounds and to fight the bacterial infections. I hope you like the content. Thank you for watching. If you feel the speed is slow, you can make it fast. If you want to have any comment on this content being presented, please do share it in the comment box below. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon so that I can make you notified of my subsequent videos which are coming up. Please do like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more. Thank you.